Hey friends, Mary here from Garden Adventures, and today I'm going to be planting spring flowering bulbs. Bulbs that we put in the ground in the fall. They need a chill period, and then in the spring they will bloom. If you live in an area that doesn't have consistent temps in about the 40s, you'll need to chill them yourself in a refrigerator. All right, so I'm going to plant crocuses, hyacinths, daffodils, Dutch iris, and allium. So I'm going to take you through each of those steps. I'll put pictures up of each of them and let you know the depth you need to plant. All right guys, let's get to it. All right, really quick before I get started, I just want to let you know that I am in zone 6B, Western New York in Niagara Falls, and it is currently 36 degrees here. It is chilly. We went from temps in the 60s, dropped down to the 40s, and this week it has not gotten up to 40. So it is chilly this week. I have to get these in the ground, and this is my opportunity. I'm wearing gloves because it is rather chilly. I'm going to be using Biotone starter fertilizer. I have my drill with an auger to start my holes. If you don't have this, you can use a shovel or some kind of stick to make a hole. If your soil is soft enough, you can just dig a hole like that. Okay, so I have 25 crocus bulbs. They're rather small. These are very easy to tell which side is up because we already have a growth point. And there's a little root ball down there. Pop it in, straighten it up. There you go, all covered up and ready to go.
I love crocuses. I love them because they are the first flower to emerge. They're full of color, those and snowdrops, but the crocuses are just so bright coming through the snow and just cheery in the springtime. So I started by drilling some holes. Crocuses only need to be planted about 2 to 3 inches down, so not a really deep hole. I added some Biotone fertilizer to give them a little oomph and put them in the hole, pointy side up, covered them with about 2 inches of soil, and we're good to go. All right, I got chilly, so I had to put my hat on, but I kept going. Next up are hyacinth. I did switch over to the larger auger, so this is the 3-inch because the hyacinth bulbs are a little bit bigger, and I tried to plant 5 together in a grouping, so there were 3 groups of 5. Hyacinth bulbs can cause irritation to some people. They don't seem to bother me, so there were times that I didn't have my gloves on when planting. But just be aware that that can be a skin irritation. Next up are the gladiator alliums. These are a much bigger bulb and require a planting depth of 8 inches. I did use the 3-inch auger again to accommodate those bigger bulbs. And then I moved on to the drumstick alliums. These are a much smaller bulb, so only need to be planted at a depth of about 3 inches. They do prefer full sun.
Hey folks, Editing Mary here, and I just wanted to pop in because I realized I somehow lost all of the footage of me planting these double up pink daffodils. So there are 15 planted in the middle section. Let me show you where I planted them. All right, if we have a backed up shot of the flower bed, this is the middle section of the fence. So right here, and I planted them in the front of the flower bed because I am thinking about using them in flower arrangements in the spring. I think I mentioned previously that one of my goals is to create 5 bouquets each week. So the daffodils are part of that. It's definitely an early bouquet, hopefully. So the daffodils are in the ground. I'm so sorry I didn't get the footage of me planting. I was kicking myself, but All right, we're back to planting.
Here I am planting the Ice Follies daffodils. And next up we have the Discovery Dutch Iris. Let's walk through where things were planted. So I didn't want to walk over the seedlings to plant, so right here I have 6 Ice Follies daffodils, and then we move right into 15 double pink daffodils, and then in the back here we have another 6 Ice Follies. Now this is my favorite time to plant bulbs, is after your perennials are in. You know where the perennials are, so you can plant your bulbs around the perennials. Okay, next on this side are the alliums. Now I did plant 3 of the gladiator alliums along the fence, and then in between them I planted drumstick alliums. So they are right along the fence. I hope they grow up on this side of the fence because I want to enjoy them, and they should get tall enough. They should get tall enough to peek over the fence because it's not super tall. But in either case, the slats are plenty wide apart, so you'll see the alliums even if they don't get tall enough this first year. So right here I have 12 Discovery Dutch Iris planted. They're kind of in a mass, sort of. But I didn't want to plant anything underneath this tarp. First of all, they'll get smothered. Secondly, I have ranunculus that I do want to plant in the very early spring, so that when I pull the tarp back, the ranunculus will get planted in a row right where that tarp is. Okay, in the front here we planted our crocuses, and I think I've had some squirrel visitors already, so they're kind of dotted in here. I had 25 crocuses. Then we planted hyacinths. There were 15 total. I planted in groups of 5 in each of the 3 sections of the fence. Together. I tried not to put them like, you know, soldiers in a row, but because I do have the lavender and the Irish moss, it does make it a little difficult to, you know, kind of do like a little grouping of 3, because the hyacinth bulbs are pretty good size. And the other crocuses are down here, I believe 13. Ended up just in a variety of places. Down at this end in front of the cedar, the little giant cedar. So that is it for today's bulb planting project. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next video.